Ever wondered how top DevOps engineers manage and automate their server configurations? Ansible is the answer. Welcome to the intriguing world of Ansible, a powerful automation tool that's become a favorite among DevOps engineers. Why, you ask? Well, Ansible offers simplicity and flexibility while providing the power to manage complex environments. It's an open-source software provisioning, configuration management, and application deployment tool that can handle anything from small setups with a handful of instances to enterprise environments with thousands of instances. Ansible operates by connecting to your nodes and pushing out small programs called Ansible modules. These modules are then executed on your nodes, and these modules handle the heavy lifting for resource management on your servers. Ansible is designed to be minimal in nature, requiring little to no dependencies on your systems, so you don't need to install a database or a running daemon to use Ansible. It's straightforward, efficient, and gets the job done. In this video, we're going to dive into the key components of Ansible, the building blocks that make it such a powerful tool. We'll explore roles, which provide a framework for fully independent and reusable collections of variables, tasks, files, templates, and modules. We'll go through collections, a distribution format for Ansible content that can include roles, modules, and plugins. We'll also delve into modules, the units of work in Ansible. Each module has a particular job, which could be managing services, packages, or files. Then we'll touch on plugins, which augment Ansible's core functionality. We'll learn about the Ansible command and the ansible-playbook command, and we'll get familiar with YAML Files, the language of Ansible. We'll also discuss host_vars and group_vars, which allow us to manage host and group-specific data. We'll wrap up by understanding inventory files and the difference between dynamic and static inventory. So there's a lot to cover, and each of these components plays a pivotal role in making Ansible the robust, versatile tool that it is. Ready to unravel the magic of Ansible? Buckle up and let's get started. At the heart of Ansible are its building blocks: roles, collections, modules, and plugins. Let's start with roles. These are the most fundamental part of Ansible's organization. A role is essentially a way to group related tasks together into one cohesive unit, making your playbooks more efficient and easier to reuse. Think of roles as the actors in your automation theater, each with a specific part to play. Next, we have collections. Collections are packages of playbooks, roles, modules, and plugins. They allow you to bundle all your automation content in one place, thereby promoting easy sharing and reuse. Imagine collections as a toolbox, filled with all the tools you need for a specific task. Moving on, we come to modules. In Ansible, a module is a standalone script that can be used by the Ansible API. Modules are the workhorses of Ansible, providing the functionality that executes the actions defined in your playbooks. You can think of modules as the gears in a machine, each turning and working to make the entire system function. Last, but certainly not least, are plugins. Plugins augment Ansible's core functionality, offering more flexibility and options. They can alter the way Ansible behaves or add new capabilities. If modules are the gears in our machine, then plugins are the oil that keeps everything running smoothly. Together, roles, collections, modules, and plugins create a holistic system for automation in Ansible. Each part has its own responsibility, yet they all work together to create a comprehensive and automated server configuration. They allow you to break down complex tasks into manageable parts, making automation a breeze. Understanding these building blocks is fundamental to harnessing the power of Ansible. They provide the structure needed to create, share, and execute your automation tasks with ease and efficiency. With these building blocks, Ansible provides the foundation for seamless automation and configuration. Commands are the magic wands in Ansible. Two of the most powerful ones are Ansible and ansible-playbook. In the realm of server automation, these two commands are like the wizard's spells, casting their magic to make things happen. Let's start by exploring the Ansible command. The Ansible command, in its simplest form, is used to execute a single task on one or more managed nodes. It's like a quick hit spell, perfect for those times when you need to perform a quick action across your servers. Maybe you need to shut down a service, install a package, or even just ping a server to ensure it's up and running. The Ansible command is your go-to tool for these tasks, but sometimes you need more than just a single action. You need a sequence of tasks, a whole series of spells to get the job done. That's where Ansible-playbook comes into play. Ansible-playbook allows you to execute multiple tasks, organized into plays, against your inventory of hosts. It's like a carefully crafted spellbook, each play a different chapter, each task a different spell. With Ansible-playbook, you can orchestrate complex multi-step operations across your servers, all with a single command. The power of these commands lies not just in what they can do, but also in how they do it. Both Ansible and Ansible-playbook use a declarative model, which means you don't have to script out every step of the process. Instead, you describe the desired state of your system, and Ansible figures out how to get there. It's like casting a spell and letting the magic figure out the rest. In the hands of a skilled DevOps engineer, Ansible and Ansible-playbook are more than just commands. They are essential tools, the magic wands that can transform a manual process into automated magic. Mastering these commands is like getting the keys to the kingdom of server automation. So keep honing your skills, keep casting your spells, and soon you'll be orchestrating server automation like a maestro. Ansible's flexibility comes from its use of YAML files, host_vars, and group_vars. Now let's unwrap these components and see how they contribute to Ansible's robustness. Starting with YAML files, YAML, which stands for YAML Ain't Markup Language, is a human-friendly data serialization standard. In Ansible, YAML files are used to create Ansible playbooks. These playbooks are essentially the scripts that Ansible runs. They define the tasks and roles that Ansible will execute on your servers. It's like a recipe book for Ansible, telling it exactly what to do and when. The beauty of YAML lies in its simplicity and readability. Now let's move on to host_vars and group_vars. These are directories that Ansible uses to manage variables. Variables in Ansible provide a fine level of control over your tasks. They can be used to loop through a set of given values, access various system information, and so on. Host_vars are used when you want to assign a variable to a specific host. This is particularly useful when you have a unique configuration parameter for a specific server. On the other hand, group_vars apply to a group of hosts. It's like saying, hey, all you servers in the database group use these settings. Managing configurations in this way helps to avoid redundancy and makes the process more efficient. These directories, host_vars and group_vars, can be defined within the inventory file or can be standalone directories in your Ansible project. They hold the variable files, which are again YAML files. The variable names are defined in these files, and the values can be as simple as a string or as complex as a dictionary. To sum it up, YAML files give Ansible its instructions, and host_vars and group_vars allow you to manage variables for individual hosts or groups of hosts respectively. They work together to provide a flexible and efficient way to manage configurations across hosts. These components make Ansible a powerful tool for managing complex server environments. So next time you're faced with a daunting server configuration task, remember, Ansible with its YAML files, host_vars, and group_vars has got you covered. Inventory files are the maps of your server environment, and in Ansible they can either be dynamic or static. Let's dive into the difference between these two and discuss why and when you might want to use each type. Static inventory is, as the name suggests, static. It's defined manually, and it typically reflects a server environment that doesn't change very often. You jot down your servers, group them accordingly, and voila, you have your static inventory. It's simple, straightforward, and works perfectly for smaller setups or environments that have a relatively fixed structure. On the other hand, we have dynamic inventory. This is for those environments that are constantly changing. Think cloud environments, where servers can be spun up and down based on demand. In such cases, manually updating a static inventory file would be akin to chasing a moving target. That's where dynamic inventory comes in. With dynamic inventory, Ansible fetches the inventory information directly from an external system like AWS or Google Cloud. This way, your inventory is always up to date, and you don't have to worry about missing a newly spawned server or leaving a decommissioned one in your list. Now you might be wondering, which one should I use? Well, it all depends on your server environment. If your environment is relatively stable and doesn't change often, a static inventory might be all you need. It's easy to set up and manage. But if you're dealing with a cloud environment or any setup where servers frequently come and go, a dynamic inventory would be your best bet. It ensures your inventory stays current without you having to lift a finger to update it. In the end, whether to use static or dynamic inventory really boils down to the specific needs of your server environment. Both have their strengths and weaknesses, and both can be incredibly useful tools in the right circumstances. Understanding inventory files is the key to managing your server environment efficiently. So whether you choose static or dynamic, just make sure it's the right fit for your setup. Ansible is a powerful tool that, when used correctly, can greatly simplify server management. We've explored its main components, roles, collections, modules, and plugins, and delved into Ansible commands. We've dissected YAML files, host_vars, and group_vars, and weighed the pros and cons of dynamic versus static inventories. Each piece, each command, each file type plays a crucial role in orchestrating seamless server management. With Ansible in your toolkit, you're well on your way to becoming a top-notch DevOps engineer.